They say every neighborhood has that one neighbor. Ours. We had a monarch. Cynthia Hargrove, president of the Willow Creek Estates, HOA, didn't just enforce the rules. She ruled with an iron lipstick-stained fist. You think I'm exaggerating? I've lived here for 3 years now, one of the few black homeowners in this cookie-cutter suburb, and believe me when I say Cynthia turned passive-aggressive tyranny into a lifestyle brand. Picture this: platinum hair defying gravity, a tan more orange than humanly safe, and crimson blazers that could trigger seizures. Her SUV wasn't just transportation, it was a patrol unit, creeping slowly down the street like she was on safari for code violations. And behind every window blind, she had an invisible army of suburban snitches, but make no mistake, she was the general. Her kingdom? Perfect lawns and pale silence. Her threat? Anyone who didn't match the HOA's unwritten aesthetic. And trust me, I didn't. I'm Marcus Reynolds, software engineer, Corvette owner, and, apparently, walking HOA violation. I make good money. Bought myself a 4-bedroom colonial with a cherry red Corvette that I'd been saving for since my first line of code. That car? It wasn't just a vehicle. It was my flag in the ground, my proof I belonged. But to Cynthia, it was a symbol that someone like me, a black man with money, had dared to take up space where she didn't think I fit. At first, it was little things. Petty notices. My garden statue? Too gaudy. It was a lion, a single lion. My jazz music? Disruptive. Played it in the garage at low volume. My trash can? Visible for 5 minutes too long. I adjusted, played nice. Moved the statue, soundproofed the garage, learned trash bin choreography. But Cynthia? She wasn't satisfied. She was circling, like a shark who smelled something she didn't like in the water. Then came the day she struck. It was an April evening, quiet, cool, and I'd parked my Corvette in my own driveway, as I always did. Perfectly aligned, no rules broken. The next morning? Gone. Not stolen. Towed. And on my driveway sat a note, scrawled in Sharpie. Improper parking vehicle towed per HOA rules. $500 fine e fees. Best wishes, C. Hargrove. Best wishes? I saw red. This wasn't about parking. This was about Cynthia looking at me, at my car, and deciding you don't belong. So I called the tow company Apex. Got a guy named Vince who sounded like he'd just woken up from a 14-hour nap. Yeah, we got your car, he said. Lady called it in early. Said it was an emergency blocking traffic or something. HOA folks always call weird. Cost me $425 to get it back. Cash only. No questions. But I don't sulk. E-day. 50 pages of HOA bylaws later, I found my silver bullet. Section 1.19.4.2. Towing required a safety hazard, abandonment over 72 hours, or 24-hour written notice. Cynthia had done none of the above. I built my case, timestamps, driveway photos, towing invoices, rulebook screenshots. I documented every ridiculous interaction. And then, with calm fury, I walked to Cynthia's tacky Fauversailles mansion. Ethan answered her 20-something basement-dwelling son in a sweat-stained superhero tee, chewing cold pizza like it was his job. What? He grunted. I smiled. Just here to speak with your mother. Cynthia arrived in full villain cosplay, crimson blazer, scowl loaded. Mr. Reynolds, she sneered. Hear about your little parking issue? I laid it out line by line. Her tow was illegal. She'd broken her own rules. Her face twitched, cycling through rage, disbelief, and finale contempt. That car was an eyesore, she snapped. According to what rule? I asked. She stuttered. It was disruptive, ostentatious. Doesn't align with our community's standards. Then she let it slip. This is a decent neighborhood. We don't need your kind, flaunting wealth like that. There it was. Not even subtle. I kept my cool. Thank you for your honesty, Mrs. Hargrove. She smirked. Next time, park that thing where it belongs. That smirk would be her undoing. I called my lawyer, Vanessa Carter's civil rights pit bull. She read the HOA rules, my documentation, and Cynthia's note. We've got her. Harassment. Discrimination. Due process violation. Let's bury her. Then I called Jamal, right old college buddy, now a reporter. HOA meltdown with a racial twist, he said. Say less. I'm in. Can you get her on camera? I could. Then my cousin Derek a cop. He laughed when I mentioned her name. Oh yeah, she's a legend at the station. Calls every week about suspicious joggers. Total nutcase. And finally, Louise, my friend at City Planning. She found something better than gold. Turns out Cynthia was running a full-blown, unlicensed yoga retreat out of her garage, complete with social media ads and under-the-table payments. No permits. No taxes. The same woman who fined me over a statue was dodging the IRS. I launched what I called Operation Reckoning. City complaints, tax evasion reports, police documentation on her bogus 911 calls. I even rallied other residents she'd bullied like the Kim family, cited for strong cooking smells, and the Lopez kids, fined for rowdy backyard play. Then I sent Cynthia a certified letter polite, professional inviting her to a community mediation meeting. Of course, her ego couldn't resist. Saturday came. 2 p.m. Community Center. Jamal's news crew nearby under the guise of filming a neighborhood story. Cynthia strutted in like she was walking a runway for suburban tyranny. Ethan followed, red-faced and sweating. I laid it out in front of her, the board, and a small crowd of fed-up neighbors. You towed my car illegally. You applied rules selectively. You made racially charged comments. And your yoga business? That violates multiple city codes. Cynthia's response? This neighborhood has a certain type. We don't need urban values ruining our standards. Caught. On tape. On camera. On record. Then her phone rang. Another legally parked car? She spat. On Oak Street? I'll handle it myself. Jamal looked at me. I nodded. Follow her. She didn't know it, but she was marching toward her own implosion. The illegal car? An unmarked FBI vehicle. Special Agent Lisa Torres had tipped me off they were surveilling a credit card fraud ring next door. Cynthia stomped right up to the car, clipboard in hand, yelling, banging on the window like a lunatic. Agent Brooks, tall, poised, black, stepped out. Mom, this is a federal operation. Step back. Cynthia went full meltdown. You people think you can park wherever first my neighbor. Now, this. I will have you towed. She called Apex, then showed up, saw the agents, and peeled out. Nope, not towing that. Agent Brooks didn't flinch. You're under arrest for obstruction. Click. Cuffs. Cynthia screamed. This is because I'm white. Ethan pointed at me. It's his fault. Didn't matter. Jamal's footage hit the airwaves that night. Viral by morning. Hashtags. HOA Cynthia down, Corvette justice. By week's end, she was ousted, charged with harassment, civil rights violations, and tax fraud. A search of her house? Stalker-level notebooks. Photos of minority families. Logs. Audio. A whole shrine of delusion. She held a jailhouse press conference in an orange jumpsuit ranting about FBI conspiracies and urban invaders. It was comedy gold. Her lawyers begged for an insanity plea. Judge didn't buy it. She got 3 years. Her Lexus repossessed. Her koi pond drained. Her son moved in with his dad in Arizona. Probably happier. And me? I parked my Corvette right where it belongs, driveway, shining, top down, jazz playing just loud enough. Funny thing is, justice isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet hum of your engine as you drive past the house of the woman who swore you didn't belong. So, tell me, was that justice? Or just karma with a better lawyer? Drop your thoughts below. I'm curious how y'all see it.